give first an overview of the general image. There will be eight of the color wheels. This is the first color wheel. This is the first color wheel. This is the second color wheel. And this is the third color wheel. We still have the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth color wheels. For each color wheel, there will be seven colors representing the seven main colors of the rainbow. We have red, orange, yellow. This is actually yellow. And then we have green, we have blue, we have indigo, and we have violet. How do we draw the first color wheel? This is the procedure. This is the procedure and definition for drawing the color wheel. Procedure or definition. For drawing each color wheel. So whenever we need to draw the color wheel, we will call this function here, color wheel of X. Okay, we start drawing. Let me start by drawing with line number 6. I want my turtle to be oriented 180 degrees to the left. And actually, we are starting with this point here. This point is 0, 0 on the screen. What we need to do initially, remember the turtle is oriented like this. We want it to be oriented like this because I want to draw the circles starting from the top of the circle. So yes, this is line. This is line number 6. And then I go straight to number 16. This is the start of the execution of the drawing. As I mentioned a while ago, we'll have 8 color wheels. First, I put my pen up. Remember that I am here at 0, 0. I put my pen up so that I don't generate any line. And then I go to the point 0 rad. The rad, incidentally, is identified in line number 5. The rad is 2.2 times x. Now the x is identified in number 4. X is initially 23. So the rad here is equal to 2.2 times 23, and it is 50.6. So the rad here is initially 50.6. So we go to 0 rad, and the 0 rad is right here. This is 0 rad. . Now, since the orientation of our turtle is like this, then I can start the small circles inside the first color wheel. In that case, I have to call in the color wheel function. I will go back to this um, command here later on. Okay, if I call in the color wheel function here, then we will go to the color wheel function here. Um, what we need to do is for every loop of this color wheel function here, you will have a different color. You will have red for the first instance, orange for the second instance. We continue yellow for the third instance. Okay, to continue drawing the color wheel, I need to use this. This is the sub procedure for color filling, the small circles, small circles. Okay, since you have already identified the first color as red, and since we are starting with this one here to the right, and since the turtle is like this, going to the left, directed towards the left, so we are ready to begin the fill procedure for the circle that we are drawing, and then we are ending the fill procedure. I'm referring to lines numbers 10, 11, and 12. So what does that mean? I'm going to draw a circle here, and after the circle is made, then there will be a red color. So let me draw that circle here to the right of the screen. This is the circle. This is the circle. Now, the moment the circle is completed, this becomes a red circle filled with red. And then after drawing the circle, my turtle is still right here. I put my pen up, and then I go to the next small circle in the first color wheel. Now, to go to the next circle to the color wheel, I need to make this arc here invisible. That's why I put the statement pen up in statement number 13. So from this point here, I will go to the right like this, and then once we have drawn this arc here, incidentally, this arc here, let me repeat, this is a t that circle that red, I mean rad, and then 360 divided by 7. Remember that our rad at this point is 50.6 up there on the screen and 50.6 in the middle of the screen, but the rad will be different later on. And then the central angle over which we draw the invisible arc, let me put here invisible, invisible is 360 over 7. It has to be 360 over 7 because um, I am reserving um, spaces for 7 small circles, small color circles. Okay, let's go back here. At this point here, the turtle is like this, and then it says here pen down. After we're done here, we're going back to the first line because the second option for the color is orange. So we will repeat the fill color, the begin dash fill or begin underscore fill. And then we're going to draw the circle. In this case, since this is the second time we are doing the loop, it's going to be orange. And then we're going to end the fill. So I'm going to draw the circle here. I'm going to draw the circle here. And this one is going to be orange. And then after drawing the orange, I will again draw the invisible arc here. Invisible arc here. Okay, for example, the turtle is right here. And then I will go over this loop the third time. And the third time is going to be yellow. So I'm going to draw the circle yellow. Okay, this one is the circle yellow. And this one is yellow. Now we're going to repeat this set of steps here. This is going to be 7 times until we have the last color violet. So what you'll have after the first calling of the color wheel function here is going to be the first color wheel as I illustrated on the right side of the screen. Now, after we're done with the first color wheel, we first need to make a few adjustments, like look at line number 22. I want the x, incidentally, the x is the radius of the small circle. X is radius of small colored circle. I will make the radius smaller. It's gonna be smaller. So in the next color wheel, like the second color wheel on the right side, the red ball here, the red colored circle here is gonna be quite smaller because the radius is quite smaller. We subtracted 2 units. This is line number 22. And one more thing, the rad. The rad, incidentally, this is the radius of the color wheel. So I'm gonna put here radius of color wheel. Since we are starting with the second color wheel, I want the radius of the second color wheel to be bigger. Bigger by 2 times x units. So as you can see here on the illustration on the right, the second color wheel, this is bigger radius and smaller circle. Okay, so that's basically the procedure here. We're going to continue that until we have 8 color wheels. Now, what does this mean? This one here. This one is actually for adjusting the orientation of the next color wheel. Note that in the final image, the red balls are not in a straight line. For example, this is the first red ball, the second red ball, and the third red ball. The fourth red ball is going to be right here. It's going to be a bit smaller. So it is um, The placement of the balls is not on a straight line. It's actually a bit displaced to the right. Sorry, displaced to the left. By how much? This is line number 24. So it is displaced to the right by 360 divided by 7. Then, 360 divided by 7, that is the space between two consecutive balls inside the color wheel. And then we divide the distance between two color circles inside the color wheel into 8, because I'm going to draw 8 circles. Like I'm going to draw 8 red circles. So again, one red, second red, third red, fourth red. We continue until we have the seventh red. So that's why I have the divided by 8 here, because of the number of red um, uh, small colored circles. And then I want the 8 to be multiplied by j, so that as j increases from 0 to 7, remember, if the range is 8, our j is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. As we repeat this procedure here 8 times, as we go over the loop here 8 times, the j here changes. Note that the j is multiplied to the 360 divided by 7, then divided by 8. That is line 24. The multiplication by 8 means the displacement is going longer as we go over this loop here. This is 367, the one that I did not discuss a while ago. Yes, along the way I discussed 360 over 7. Look at the lower part of the screen. 360 over 7, it's actually the the angular distance between two colored circles. Why is it 360 over 7? Because there are 7 colored circles. And okay, this is how the final image is generated.